Time for Thinking Real Estate. Lauren Dwyer-Schleck, Jackie Austin today.
Here we are.
Hi.
Jackie has 2 days left in the count, and I'm counting every minute
For the semester of
for
classes.
the semester of her master's, getting her master's at the University of Michigan.
Just 2?
2 official days left. I have some papers due later in the week, but yeah, I'll be done by the end
luck.
of the week.
Congratulations.
Then we'll really be on a roll.
Yeah,
Because we got some
summer
good
will be
projects
busy.
coming up, don't we, Jackie?
Me too. Lots
Bloomfield of Artists in the Bloomfield Park, an art show last weekend in June.
What's that? I've never heard of it.
I know, it's new.
Of stuff. Brand new.
Yeah,
Yeah, we're gonna have tons of booths of artists, local and otherwise, hopefully. All handmade stuff, and you know we've got space for quite a few booths. So we're looking for artists right now. If anybody's interested, let us know, and we'll get you the information. But
What kind of artist? Anything?
anything. Yeah.
Well, it is a juried art show though.
yeah, it is
yeah.
juried, so
But yeah,
just have to submit an application, and we want a variety. So whatever you consider art, send it in so we can see if it will fit.
Okay.
So
there you have it. What else are we working on?
Little
Oh, the
pottery?
placemaking.
placemaking stuff is going
Pottery?
on right now.
Pottery.
Woodwork?
Pottery is
Mhm.
art.
Okay.
Yep.
I'd love to get some pottery. We didn't
Yeah.
have any pottery at the
Yeah, we had
last
some.
summer.
Some cups.
Oh yeah, that's right. Jeanette's cups. Those were really pretty too.
The placemaking. This is
Placemaking.
the last. Is this the last week?
It is last week. So by Friday, if you're interested in helping with any of the placemaking activities we have going on downtown, you've got to go on to activatejackson.com and bid your time or materials to help make those projects happen. I know I was checking on Friday, and it looks like at least one of the projects is fully bid. So
Let me guess which one.
you're never gonna guess which one.
Really, there was one that the artists were. I love the dialogue that was going on Facebook. What was that one? Oh, the piano, the dueling pianos.
Oh no, that one doesn't. It needs
Which
a
one's
piano
fully
for that one. The historic tours. Actually.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
Way to go, Elaine Robinson.
I know.
So, and then I think I'm going to try and create an art show in October because I'm told there are no art shows in October.
Well, you just talked about one.
I know that's June.
Oh,
Then, of course, we'll do our
so we have
pop-up.
one every week? Or?
And we're going to do our pop-up again.
Yeah, in December.
Yeah. And then I'm working on some pop-up retail in the downtown area
A lot of
for
art.
the summer.
Okay.
Well, that's retail, so if somebody out there has something that they're trying, that they want, thinking about opening a store, but they're not sure whether they should, or they can contact me because we might have a couple of small spaces on a monthly basis available at a very, very affordable rate. So I can't say when and where yet because we've got to work out just a few more details.
Right.
But downtown, it will be downtown.
And then of course we have the Amazing Race in August.
Oh, Amazing Race. Yeah, I forgot about that.
It hasn't become it's no longer our biggest event. It's
Oh.
just one of the many big events.
That goes for the Fitness Council. You're going to sign up with a team, aren't you, Greg?
I think I'm too old.
Bill did it, and you're younger than Bill, aren't
Yeah,
you?
but Bill gets around quicker than I do.
And Bill was the oldest contestant last year.
Was it?
We'll have to
I
get
think
Greg
so.
out to the after party at least.
There you go.
There you go.
And he had a very young partner, so I think it balanced.
It did.
The average age might have worked out okay.
Yeah.
So, anyhow. I thought what we would talk about today on real estate related stuff is the 5 real estate myths that snag buyers and sellers.
Oh, good.
Okay, so the first topic is the myth is you should wait to list your home until the spring. Now I gotta tell you, we have less than 750 houses on the market in Jackson County right now. And the average is about 1,500.
Yeah, 12 to 1,500 is what we usually carry.
Right, so we're half.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah, and I was talking to,
Why, what are the factors?
I have no idea. I don't know if people are just gun shy and whether they like their house or not, they just are gonna stay put.
Just locked in?
Right. I don't,
I don't know what the reasoning is. I haven't been able to pinpoint why somebody wouldn't put their house on the market.
Because that's a dramatic
it's huge.
percentage.
Yeah.
It's huge. There are houses that are selling before they're even on the market. But I don't see for sale by owner signs out there.
Well, and a couple of years ago, we could understand because they were competing against foreclosures and didn't have the equity. But now things have changed so
Right.
drastically. I don't know. I can't figure out why people aren't putting their houses back on the market.
In fact, I just listed one last night that when I talked to them, I think it was in 2010,
Yeah, I think it was.
they were underwater, so they waited, and they've waited long enough that they're not underwater anymore.
Well, does that mean we have more people moving into the area?
No, because there's nowhere to move. There's no, unless they rent. I do see,
Yeah, but if
I have
houses
seen
are
people
being
rent.
bought up immediately, there must be
There
other
are peop-
vacant homes.
there's, well, vacant homes, well, if they're
Unless
vacant,
somebody's moving in from
if they're vacant, they're probably in a,
Timbuktu.
if they're vacant and still on the market, they're overpriced. Cause that,
Unquote.
everything's selling, huh?
Okay.
I mean, location determines your price. So if it's sitting and you can't move your location, so it's gonna be condition and condition is gonna determine your price.
Right.
So if it's still sitting there, the thing you need to do is adjust your price. And it will so we'll talk about that. So should you wait to list your home until the spring? Well, typically, if you list in the spring, that's when everybody else is getting their properties on the market, and this is springtime. April showers, spring May flowers.
How about snow in April
No. Not acceptable.
this week?
No.
She's willing it not to happen.
It is not happening.
All right.
Anyhow, there's some statistics here, and it said, I'm getting this off, this just came across the press this morning, Washington Post.
Mhm.
Now some areas are gonna be seasonal, based on their weather, but I don't think we're seasonal, even though
No,
we've been
we
pretty
can,
cold.
We can count on our weather.
Right. In the past 5 years, they found that 51% of homes, this is Redfin, found that 51% of homes listed in the winter sold above asking price. Compared to 50% in the spring. If you want the best shot at selling your home quickly and for the most money, list in the first half of the year because the price drops about 44 to 43% in the fall, summer and fall respectively. Well, in the summer, people are off having fun. People buy, so if you've got a lakefront property, they're gonna tend to start looking about end of January, February, because they wanna get it closed and they really wanna get occupied prior to May.
Why would you
Memorial Day.
list your house if it was gonna be 40%?
Well,
Some people have to.
I mean, some people, you got a job change, right?
Okay.
So,
Some.
but if you list it right, it doesn't matter when you list it. If you list it at the right price, and if it's really in good shape and clean, you don't know how much cleanliness helps a house sell. If people feel like they have to wash their hands after they leave your house, there's a problem.
Yeah. They're not gonna buy it.
Right, and that happens more often than you think. All right, so another myth is look for a deal during the holidays. Actually, during the holidays, there's fewer houses on the market, therefore your options are less.
But you might get a deal.
If there's fewer houses on the market, so when I tell people a price, I always give them a range. I'd like to think that they're gonna get the higher end of the range, but right now buyers aren't, just because there's fewer houses doesn't mean they're paying higher, they're gonna overpay. We're not gonna bubble out at this point, so they are still paying towards the middle to bottom part of that range. Same thing with the holiday, you just have fewer buyers looking, therefore you might get into a bidding war because you have fewer houses, not fewer buyers, fewer houses. And if you're moving to the area, you gotta live somewhere.
Right.
Next myth is is you need to, you don't need to have an inspection on a new build or recent renovation.
Well, of course you do, don't you?
Yeah,
Always do.
you should. Actually, I was thinking about that. It'd be
You mean if
interesting to hear
you're
what Bill
selling or
would have to
buying?
say.
Fine.
If you're buying a new construction home,
Yeah.
brand new construction, or you're actually hired someone to build a home for you, you don't need to have it inspected.
That's the first one
That's
I'd
the
have
bit.
inspected.
Yeah, I would. You definitely
Yeah.
want to have an inspector go in
Because
there.
nobody's lived in it, you don't.
Gotta find out if the wiring was installed correctly, if the
Everything.
vent operates, you know, what's the reputation of the contractor. If they're new contractors, never really done a development before.
You know, you watch some of the building shows,
Mm-hmm.
and it's amazing what they find in some of these builds.
Right,
Just mind-boggling.
right. I mean, I think Bill's had cases where, one where there were termites in a brand new construction home.
Sure.
Because the wood that they used had termites in it.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy.
Unapproved practice.
Right. And as I was reading this, I'm thinking, well, it actually, if you've hired someone to do the construction, it'd be good to have an independent. I don't know how Bill would feel about this, so this might be an interesting conversation to have with him. But it'd be good to have someone inspect the house during the new construction, during the construction of the property. 'Cause
Right.
I don't know.
Right.
All right. Another myth. Your home is updated and in a good neighborhood, so you don't need to stage it to sell. Jackie, what do you think about that one?
False.
We have Nan, we call her lovingly Nana, homewrecker, but Nan Sparks stages for us. If there's furniture in it, it's staged. If it's vacant, then you really pay attention to the details because you can see the nicks on the woodwork and stuff like that. And I always tell people, in fact, I have a gentleman who's going to write probably on a house, and the house is spotless. I mean, absolutely spotless. But one of his concerns is the quality of the water. And when he looked in the water tank, it's on a well, there was no salt in the softener. So, of course, since his big hot button is water, he currently lives in Summit Township, which is, everybody has to have a water softener in Summit Township. And he does not want their water anymore. We went back and tasted it, but I had to, the cellar they're so clean that if there was any rust in the house, I have no doubt that they would have been cleaning it out of the tub or the toilet or wherever one sees rust.
Mm-hmm.
Basin of the wash tub, things like that. But
Yep.
the water was so good, this well water, that they don't need salt, which I thought was interesting. But that's part of all that staging thing. If you've got rusty water, then make sure your tubs are clean, and salt in the salt softener, because you don't know what the hot button is for a particular person. We had a client buy a house simply because of the way it was staged. It was a smaller house, and Nan put the furniture in apparently a great
Great looking.
arrangement, and
And those
it worked great for this young single guy.
Well, those sellers were ones that it didn't work for their family. The staging didn't work for their family, so they moved it every time they had a showing to put it in the staged position, and that's what sold the house.
They were motivated.
Yeah, they wanted to get it sold.
And besides, a professional stager can provide objective advice on how to get your home photo ready, which means that you need to have your photographs professionally done. Jackie does them. We have bought a special camera for just this. And we take, how many photos? I mean, we take photos of everything. And we had a house sell simply from the photographs. He wrote the offer and then looked at the house because there were so many photographs available.
That's dangerous, but
Well, he
Okay.
ended up buying it once he got it. I mean,
good work, Jackie.
Yeah, I know.
we take pictures of the water softener and the water heater and furnace, and so that you can really tell what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
I will say that photographs usually make the property look better than it really does in reality, for the most part. General rule. And then the last myth is price your home above the amount you want to get so you have room to negotiate.
True or false?
If you price it right, you'll probably get in a bidding war. And actually, if you price it a smidge, because especially in this market where we have a shortage of properties, if you price it a smidgen below where you think it should be, you'll really get in a bidding war because people don't have the properties out there to purchase.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, and if you price it too high, you're not going to get any offers. So, and then, you know, after the first 30 days, if it's sitting there, somebody's going to say, well, there's got to be something wrong with that house. So they're really going to start underbidding you.
well, and it will sit there. And if you really want to get a good price on a property, maybe focus on those houses that have been on the market a while. So anything that's on the market right now,
Bottom line, it's all about pricing, right?
it is about
Really.
pricing. And then
How quick
once
you're
you
gonna
have,
move your house.
and once you have that price, once you have the price established, you gotta have it clean. You've gotta have it, detailed. So if you're, like if I were to put my house on the market right now, I have orange walls and burgundy ceilings, very colorful. And if I'm not going to neutralize that color, then I better make sure all the details are done around.
What
that
about
color.
carpeting?
Carpeting needs to, if there are spots in the carpeting, I'd say take it out. If you have hardwood floor underneath it, just leave the hardwood floor. Otherwise, get clean carpet, because that is the real sign of cleanliness.
Yeah.
Clean toilets, clean your bathroom. You know, it's not easy getting your house on the market and keeping it on the market, especially if you have kids. But if you want to get the highest price in the shortest period of time, cleanliness. Next to godliness.
You gotta use this cell.
I do. I listed a house last night at 502 Orange Street. Really cute. 2-bedroom, 1-bath. A little over 1,000 square feet, so it's nice and roomy. It's got a really nice kitchen that opens up to the back part of the house onto a deck. It does have a shared driveway, but the neighbors that it shares with are the owners of this house, and they're pretty cool people. So that, I think, is a selling point. It's completely fenced in, and we listed it for $54,900. It's 502 Orange Street, 2 bedrooms, 1 bath. We've got one that we're going on today that I'm getting signed on Lookout Circle. That's I think it's a 5-bedroom, 2-bath, 2.5 bath, full basement, nice backyard.
She's done a lot of staging stuff to that one.
Oh yeah.
Where
Nice
is Lookout
house.
Circle?
That's off of there's that subdivision off of Roman Road on the south of Roman Road, just west of Mapledale. That subdivision goes all the way through to Horton, and that one's gonna be listed at $169,900. Virginia Court. It's my little cream puff house that has got high end of everything in it for $139,900. 1 bedroom, 1 bath. It's small, but it is a doll.
Call Laura.
Call me if you want to get your house on the market. 780-3800, or go to thinkingrealestate.com to see what's on the market.
The Gluck presents humor for the house with heart. Friday.